This is the Graham Esonga Media, the GEM. Today we are in Jkuat main campus, and as you know, when you see me with a great team, you know that we have something good in store for you. Today the weather is not actually very hot, it's very cold, but I am filled with the hotness of our panel. As you can see, it's filling me with the hotness to make sure that the cold goes away. So without much ado, I'll give the chance to Mr. Lemayan to introduce the fellow panelists, then we shall be moving on. Welcome.
So, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ian Lemayan. I am a law student back at Jkuat current law school. I am a 4th-year student. I also happen to be the legal affairs secretary for the Jkusa. So with me, I have a very big team comprising of leaders from Jkusa as well as a committee of experts that we formed. So I think I can start with my far left to just introduce ourselves and what we do, and then we start.
My name is Brian Mutibu. I'm the current school representative for the School of Agriculture and Biosystems Engineering.
I am already on the J. I'm the student of the campus.
My name is Jack Ryan, the current Secretary General of Jkusa.
Okay, my name is Vaseline Binsari, the non-residential representative.
My name is John Ian Mufiro, the current studying chair of the Committee of Experts and law student at current.
My name is Stacey Kampala. I'm a student at Jkuat studies and I'm a member of
My name is Fatima Mohammed. I'm a student at Jkuat doing public health earlier, and I'm a member of the experts.
My name is David Minor. I'm a law student at Jkuat Current University. Also the Academic Affairs Secretary, and my purpose today is to represent the satellite campuses.
Okay, all right. You've seen today, sina pressure, mambo iko freshi, and I'll not. You see me talking Kiswahilis because I have a bench of people who have masters in English, so I'll keep my English away. Okay, right. Let's move now to the topic of the day. They've been having a constitution review, and they've been engaging students. So maybe just directing my question to the chairman or the secretary of the legal affairs, you will tell us that what is the importance of a constitution review? Why are you doing it in Jkuat as a campus, and how is it going to benefit the comrades as a whole?
Thank you very much, Mr. Graham. The importance of today's event cannot go understated, because the real reason why we are here today is to make amendments to our laws. As you are aware, the Jkusa is the student-led organization. It is more or less an association that deals with matters dealing with students, and it is only through checking this document and scrutinizing it will we be able to come up with better recommendations and better solutions to problems that face all Jkuat students. So, in less words, the Jkusa Constitutional Review is us checking the documents that governs us. What are we changing? What are we keeping? And what do we need to add onto the existing documents? So that is just it.
Okay, thank you so much for that question. Maybe just directing my second question to Mr. Oriri Wamagembe. So I'll want you to shed some light on the ideas or the issues or the agendas that are in the Constitution that you feel that they carry some weight, and give also your feeling pertaining the issues. How do you want them to be handled, you on your side?
But as a really I talk on behalf of the which will receive various views from the students and the residents of this school. One of the issues was on student representation, the classrooms. Another one was on the fee increments, so that they are paid the class representatives. Another one was an issue on the diploma students and the postgraduate students being part of the Jkusa. student association of Jkuat. So my take is today we were conducting what you call tacit law that is formed through representation, direct representation of the people. And as you can see, the mandate comes from the people. And the students have for a long time attested and ceded power to leaders who cannot be accountable, who have divested the power and mandate that they have given. So it's upon us this time round to ensure that the powers given and ceded to the student leaders is brought into account through processes that in such a way, if one person has got out of the way to do something which is wrong, to be brought into a process which is more accountable. So we are bringing this time round a process whereby the corrupt leaders, those who have wielded power and have despotic or capricious use of power, to be brought into book and to ensure that the issues of the students are implemented and to also ensure that the students feel safe in the hands of their leaders.
Thank you so much, Mr. Oreri, for your response. This question goes to Madam Binsari. You'll just tell us, you've been inside there and you've witnessed the whole process. How have the comrades received the constitution review? What is the feeling of a comrade about the whole process as you've been inside there?
To be honest, the reception was 50-50. Considering not everyone knows that there's a constitution that is going to run or usually runs the job of Kenyatta University Students Association. So it was a bit a challenge because they are not aware, and because they are not aware, they cannot contribute onto the matters that are going to affect them directly. Yep.
Okay, thank you so much, Madam Binsari. We shall move to Mr. David Maina from Karen campus. You will just tell us, you as a leader, how do you feel the issue about class reps remuneration? It has been an issue that has been in the system since time immemorial. So, as a leader and also as a member of the, a participant of the Constitution Review, what can be your solution? You as Mr. David, what can be your solution to the issue, a permanent solution?
Thank you. The issue of class reps remuneration has actually been mentioned inside there. Someone said that the school has been there for 39 years. And this person inquired whether there has been a period in which class reps are remunerated. So we find that the school has been there for so many years. The subscription fee, the Jkusa subscription fee rather, has been constant. And what has a solution that has been provided is to increase the Jkusa subscription fee. In that, with the increased finances, we can cater for the class reps. And also in addition to that, as a satellite campus student leader, I beg the question, or rather ask the question, whereby will there be sufficient systems or robust systems to ensure that insofar as in main campus they remunerate the class reps, how about satellite campuses? And that is something I will fight for as a student leader in a satellite campus. Thank you.
Okay, we are moving on. Well, remember you are in the GEM media and everything is set. This is the Constitution Review Day and you heard from them. Maybe just coming to the end, I will direct the question to Mr. Brian Mutevu. As an expert about the legal issues, what can be your advice to the whole committee about the issues that comrades have raised? What should the committee do, you as an expert in the legal issues?
So first of all is to ensure that they follow the process that is due to be followed, so that even when the matters are being presented, because this is a document that is set to be presented before the Senate, and you know that the Jkusa itself is a body that is governed by the university schedules. So one of the things that I would really recommend is that in order for this document to succeed, is that it follows the right way in which the issues should be conducted, so that even once it goes up there, it's easier for it and there is less friction actually for it to be implemented or to be passed. And also on matters of my fellow students, you know, as your leaders here, remember there is a date out of office. There is a date when the laws that you set here today will be governing you. The laws that you put in place will be there even when you are back to being an ordinary student, and they will be the ones to either protect you or to actually harm you in a way. So as they also put up these laws for this committee of experts, as you set up these laws, also remember to do it in the most credible way and to look and ensure that whatever that you pass there is for the best of the people.
Thank you so much. The next question I directed to the Secretary General, Jomo Kenyatta University main campus, Mr. Ranjak. We've been hearing many stories concerning the Jkusa, and today as well you are here as a representative from the Jkusa. Maybe you will shed some light and put some clarity so that many people, many comrades have been having trust issues with the whole commission and each and every process that is being carried in the Jkusa. So, pertaining the issues of the constitution review and the Jkusa as a whole, I want you to maybe talk to the comrades and tell them and assure them that Jkusa is a good body, and just talk to them about the whole process or the whole commission or the whole body, I mean, of Jkusa, the student.
The positivity and negativity of the students towards the Students' Council. When I talk of the positivity and negativity, I mentioned of like students are electing leaders or electing us in the various positions. But are we performing to their expectations? Are we really giving back to whatever they trusted us with in that position? So whatever we are offering or whatever we are giving back to them is what is going to make them to be negative or positive about our leadership. So what I can say about the constitutional review, and that is the very noble idea that made us to come up with this constitutional review, because there are some clauses in the constitution that are really limiting students, and not only students but Jkuat as large, to some things that are not very eloquent. Talk of the class representative remuneration. This is something that has not or has never been clear enough that who is really the employee of this class representative, and we have really actually tried to incorporate them in the constitution now, and we are looking forward that they're going to be remunerated from henceforth. Then talk of some other clauses, very important clauses. Talk of maybe buying politics, or be it someone being incapacitated in the school politics who is supposed to be eligible to buy. Talk of the postgraduate students, talk of the diploma students, talk of the degree students. So we're really trying to fight for the efforts and the rights of these students. So that is exactly what we've been doing. So I feel like students, they should actually advocate for this review and should actually have a positive mindset towards the student leadership, because as much as or as far as we are concerned, we cannot try to perform to that extent or 100%, but we can deliver at least 80%, something that is not that more efficient, but it's at least efficient enough. So students should not be judging, be ready to be judging student leaders because of not performing. There's various factors that we look so that we can be able to perform to their expectations or to try and satisfy.
The process has not been easy, neither has it been hard, because one thing that we realized is most of the students are not aware of the Constitution. So coming to get views from them has been a bit difficult because they don't know what they have and what they want. But we are progressing well. The event today, the constitutional review, and the suggestions that have been given have been well, and yeah, it's progressing well.
Thank you so much, Madam Stacy. We are moving right on. Well, I have one of the representatives or a comrade who has just come so that he can give his views about the whole process. Mr. Ambrose Mishura, you'll just also tell us more about this process. You as a comrade in Jkuat, how do you feel? Should the constitution be reviewed or should it just remain the way it was?
Basically, the constitution should be reviewed. It is a requirement even in the constitution itself that after a period of 5 years it should be reviewed. This is to ensure that some of the linkages that are missing in the current constitution be met with the current capturing. Like you see, as for now, the review is requiring the students subscription to be increased with the 200 shillings. This is as per the cost of the living as at now as well, and also to check on the comrades' activities. It is something that must be looked into. The only thing that I want to urge our experts in the Committee of Constitution Review is to ensure that they do the right thing, so that this time when this constitution review comes to the parliament, it passes before it reaches the Senate, because we realized that last time it was rejected at the parliament. Otherwise, thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ambrose. I'm moving to Madam Fatma. I want you to tell us that are you seeing the whole thing, the whole process come to a success, or do you think that maybe in the near future it shall remain itaguama?
Personally, I still think a success because our main concern was creating a document that has balance between the university and the students. And so far we have progressed, and I see it very well.
So I beg the question, and I pledge to fight for remuneration for also satellite campus students and class reps in general.
In enhancing the checks and balances of the student leaders and bringing them into book when they go wrong or when they break the law. I will also reiterate that in this whole process we are coming into standing point of the king is not law, but the law is king, so that we ensure that the law is the one that balances the sovereign and the constitution.
In conclusion, as I conclude, I want to thank each and every person who has participated in today's public participation, as well as today's collection of views. It is a very significant step towards making of laws. And I want to thank my committee of experts. They have worked tirelessly. They have made questionnaires. They have come up with recommendations which we have submitted them to the student body. And to the administration, I want also to thank them for facilitating each and every step of the way. So what next? The next step for us as the Committee of Experts and the Legal Affairs Committee is we will sit down with all the views that we have collected, and we will make one document. And upon the completion of this document, we are going to send it to the Senate. And upon elaborating the changes, then we are hopeful, because they are recommendations that are going to help in the performance of the duties in the administrative side, as well as the collaboration between the student body and the association by itself. And as I conclude, I will just like to conclude with a quote by the former Chief Justice of the Republic, that is Mr. David Maraga. And he had this to say, that the greatness of any nation or the greatness of any institution lies in its fidelity to the Constitution and the fear of God. So just my urging, as I would like to conclude, I urge each and every student of Jkuat to have fidelity to the Constitution of Jkusa, and also to have fidelity to the fear of God. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to cede the floor. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So this is the Graham Esonga Media, famously known as the GEM. And remember, the GEM, we got you covered.